Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy 8 p.m. Hope you all are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. So yes, we are doing another live stream. Hope let's see. Yeah, all I can say is hope we're doing well. Isaac, good to see you on, brother. Thanks for hopping in. So I'm a little bit curious. I'm just curious what's going to happen today. John, good to see you on. Guys, thanks so much for always hopping on. Like seriously, sometimes I'm just like, what would I talk about if no one was here? Lewis Lee, good to see you on. Thanks for hopping on. How are y'all doing? Hope you again. Hope you all are doing well. Um, yeah. So, Jonathan Via, good to see you. Thanks for hopping on again. Um, today's one of those days that I could use your support a little bit more, and I'd love to hear a little bit more questions from you. Just whatever it is, life advice questions. Tell me about what's going on in your life. What are some challenges that you have? What are some positive things going on in your life? I love to hear and just have conversations about a little bit of everything. So that way we keep the conversation going. Okay. For me personally, I will briefly share how my day is going. My day in general has been pretty good. Like today's been a very productive day. I surprisingly just yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's times in our life where we don't feel like doing anything. Like we feel very unmotivated, stuff like that. And that's always kind of a little bit one of my fears in the back of my mind is like I'm gonna have those days where I don't feel like doing work. And how do I push myself? And I will say that today was a little bit of the opposite. Very surprised in a way that today I just like I don't know. I just had this drive to like just keep pushing. And so I worked all morning slash afternoon, which was it's always a good feeling when we're being productive. So very grateful for that. And on top of that, I just had Thai food with my brother and my mom. So it's super cool to just hang out with my family because I haven't. My mom has been, you know, not here. She's been elsewhere around the United States, real world, stuff like that, living in different places. So it's been really cool to just reconnect in that way too. So life is good. Let's see here, Isaac. Isaac with the unicorns, love it. Fortnite after. Let me see. I don't know about tonight just because my brother is home, and maybe I might spend some time with my brother. We'll see. It just depends on what he's doing. I'm open to considering it though. I'll let you know. Okay. Lou says that's only on Fridays. Let's see. It's scheduled on Fridays. If I'm available, I'm happy to consider playing Fortnite on a different day of the week as well. John says second day of the challenge and I ran 15 laps. Wow, good stuff, dude. That's awesome. 15 laps. Like, is that like quarter mile laps? Because if that's quarter miles, that's almost 4 miles, which is pretty cool. Isaac says he started playing more over the weekdays. Yeah. Jacinta says, hi Richard, how to stop hating myself and stop feeling worthless. Jacinta, first of all, good to see you on. Thanks for hopping on as usual. And so that's a great topic. Please forgive me. I don't remember if you're on for this one, but I think Tokyo Dragon asked that question of how do you stop hating yourself and feeling worthless? That's a great question, and tomorrow's video topic will be on that exactly. It will be a more structured, planned out video, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to keep it a little shorter. I'm gonna aim for 2 to 4 minutes on a video. But just off the top of my head, in terms of how do you stop hating yourself and feeling worthless, the step number one is self-acceptance. It's accepting. So the quote is accept yourself. And what that really means is to basically just acknowledge that you're a human being and you're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even the most seemingly perfect people in the world, they're not perfect. We all have our flaws. And to just accept yourself for just being a human being. Like, it doesn't, I mentioned this in another video, but it's like, it doesn't matter if you're a human, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, female, male, gay, straight, like, it doesn't matter. You're just accept yourself as you are and just know that you're good enough. I don't care if you're, I mentioned like a roly-poly or a tree shrub, like, it doesn't matter what you are, just by being who you are, you're good enough. Okay, so that's step number one. And I'll think about it more and because I have a lot of different ideas, and I'll compile it and put into tomorrow's video topic that will be released around 8 p.m. tomorrow. That's the goal. Um, let's see. Isaac, stay on for a second. I gotta say, I got a little comment real quick. Mackenzie, hello, good to see you on. Isaac says, sounds good. Mackenzie's mean. Jonathan says, hey, what's up, Jonathan? Good to see you on, brother. Um, let's see. Mackenzie says, oh, by the way, today, Richard, I ran again today and it got my average 6:10 again. But then after school, I ate a bunch of French fries. Nice. Good job for getting that time and the French fries, I guess. Also, let's see. Mackenzie says, tomorrow I have to go back to no PE for the rest of the week, and on Monday again. Testing. Fun, fun, fun. Jimmy Bojo Hofo, good to see you on. Richard, what's your ethnicity? Are you Malaysian, Chinese, Japanese, or Vietnamese? None of the above. Jimmy, did you email me that? If so, yeah, sorry about that. It was. Let's see. I am Taiwanese, so none of the above. Let's see here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Jer, good to see you on. Jer says, Richard, I'm at the store right now. I'll watch later. You're good, no problem. So real quick, I just want to say, tomorrow is Isaac's birthday, and I just want to give a shout out to Isaac. Happy birthday to you, man. Isaac's been a huge, I guess you can say, supporter of this channel and just part of this community. You know, he's super, super active. He's on the Discord channel, always super involved, active, you know, engaging conversation. So Isaac, thank you so much. And can everyone do me a favor and just wish Isaac a happy birthday in the comment section, because we will not be live streaming tomorrow. But yeah, just want to say happy birthday. Thank you. Let's see here. Alrighty, let's see. Mackenzie, my sister is Mexican, white, and Saipanese? What's Saipanese? Is that Saipanese? What is that? Am I missing something? What? I'm like Google searching this. Is this Saipanese? Japanese or Saipanese? Let's see. All right, you tell me. I'm searching stuff like that. Jimmy says, how old are you? What year are you born? What's your social security number? What credit card information? Where do you live? I'm just kidding. Let's see, Jimmy, how old are you? I'm 28. What year was I born? 1989. Yeah, so that's me. What is this? I'm like, where is this Saipan? I've never heard of this before. Okay, I'm gonna go to maps and search Saipan. I've never heard of this before. No results. Is this real? Am I getting trolled? I'm getting trolled. Saipanese? Like, it doesn't follow the goodness, peoples. All right. I'm done with you people. All right, so it's Wednesday. Life is good. You know, I feel like I talk about this all the time, and I guess there's a reason why you all are still here, and people are not here. What I mean by that is, like, either you like the conversation or you don't. For me, I'm constantly just fascinated by just life in general, and for me, I'm always thinking about, like, kind of, how do you be happy in life? You know, how do you just enjoy it? How do you, yeah, how do we just be happy with our lives? And that's one thing that I constantly want to, I guess, encourage other people to do. I was going to use teach, but I'm not trying to be like, you know, the teacher, the master. No, it's like, you know, this is a journey of my life too. I'm constantly trying to figure out, how do we be happy? And I think happiness comes in a every single day format. Like, it's like a, you know, one day we could be happy and another day we could be sad. So it's not like a, once you're happy for the rest of your life. I think happiness is a state of mind. I think happiness is, it comes and it goes. And it's just like, how do we optimize that we're as happy as possible as many days of the year, as many days of our life as possible as well. So with that, I think a huge part of that is pursuing our passion, doing things that are meaningful to us, and also living in alignment with who we want to be. That means we're staying in integrity with ourselves. You know, we're doing things that we want to be doing, and we're not doing things that we know we should not be doing. For example, let's say, um, let's see, oh goodness, this is sorry. I'm not calling anyone out here. You know who you are. I had a conversation with this person earlier before. By the way, not calling you out, but it just came to my mind. But like this applies to everyone. Like if you have a certain habit that you have that you know you should not be doing, then that habit, if you're gonna start feeling guilty about it, and then that's gonna affect you in your life. Again, I'm not calling this person out. Like I'm just, this is a very general statement, so I just want to make that clear. Um, like I think in a way we all have habits that we're not necessarily proud of, or like things that we know we should not be doing. And for us, it's like we got to figure out how do we not do that, you know? And I think once we figure that out, once we create that discipline around it, and we start living life in alignment with who we want to be, I think that's really when we start creating more happiness and joy in our life. Because I don't know, I think that's part of self love. It's like if you do the things that you say you're going to do, you know, do the things that you should be doing, and not do the things that you should not be doing. I think you're going to feel better about yourself, you know, and then you're going to love yourself more. You're going to feel more confident in yourself. And then I think at that point, you're going to have more to give to other people. So that's my thoughts around happiness, joy, and living life in alignment with who we want to be. Uh, yeah, I would say just in general, one thing that makes me feel good right now in this moment is that I'm working. You know, it's not always easy to do work, especially when I guess you can say like times get tough or we don't feel like doing work. Uh, and yeah, like another thing that feels good is making a living doing what I'm passionate about. So hopefully that's a little bit of little inspiration or whatever for you. Let's see, Drummy, good to see you on. Isaac says, "Are you gonna buy a Rolex soon?" who's who's that to? If you're asking me, definitely not me. For sure, not me. Uh, let's see. I'm going to talk a little bit about finances right now. So, uh, okay, here is today's story time. Okay, so today's story time. I want to talk a little bit about finances growing up. I mentioned in a previous stream that growing up, we used to be. My parents used to struggle a lot with money. We grew up middle class, you know, very privileged life being in Orange County, but we struggled financially. And for example, you know, my mom would give me money if I needed it, but I would feel so bad because I knew we didn't have, quote unquote, have that much money. So for lunch every single day or every single week, I would only ask for $5, which is, you know, $1 a day. So I didn't buy any other food besides my $1 a day meals. So that's, I mean, that's what my life was like in middle school, a little bit of high school as well. But where am I getting to? Oh, talking about Rolexes, talking about finances. Where I'm at right now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I think this is valuable to share. Financially, I'm still learning financial education for myself, always trying to improve myself. One thing that I do is I do every single time I get some sort of paycheck or whatever it is, I immediately save a certain percentage. Now that percentage you save up is up to you, but I think that practice of saving is so important. So a lot of times people, you know, who live paycheck to paycheck, meaning like they can't pay off their bills, like they're struggling. Like they don't have any savings because all 100% of their money goes straight to paying off the bills or buying little things like shoes or V-Bucks or whatever it is. So like here's one thing that a friend of mine taught me around savings. So my friend is like, Richard, what you do is you put a certain percentage, like right when you get a paycheck, you put a certain percentage straight into savings. You know, you don't touch it. You don't use that money to pay off your bills. You know, if you can't pay off your bills, figure out another way. So, for example, let's say you make $100. For me, I save out of the $100, I save 40%. So $40 will go straight to my savings, yeah, savings. I have 5% in emergency funds. Let's see, 10% in future buying a house, 20% that goes into my investing, like investing for my retirement, stuff like that. Uh, let's see, what is it? What am I missing? And another 5% that goes into, this is more like a fun one, but like 5% that goes into travel funds. And for me, why I really like the structure is because, like, let's say I just want to go plan a trip. Like, I want to go on vacation or whatever. And the thing is, look, let's say I only make $100 and I take 5%. That's only $5. $5 is not going to allow me to go on vacation or take a trip. So what that means is I need to make more money in order to push myself to, give myself a trip or whatever it is. So that's just a little bit about how I save, and hopefully that kind of inspires you, or gives you some sort of knowledge of, for anyone who's like looking to how do you like organize finances, and anyone else who's on right now who has any other ideas around finances, how to improve it. Just let us all know. I'd love to hear. I'm still learning about finances myself, so hopefully that helps you. And another thing I asked my friend is, what if you can't pay off your credit card bills? Sorry, I know this is y'all are like super young. I hope this helps a little bit. But yeah, like I think it's about like saving money, even though it doesn't seem like even though it seems like you might not have any money to save. Um, just know like just know that you can still save money, even if you quote unquote don't have money. Like there's times in my life where I didn't feel like I had money, but I still saved money, and I realized, oh, it's possible. It's all mindset. Okay. Anyway, this is like, I'm talking about like super grown up stuff, and a lot of you, we got a lot of middle school and high schoolers in here. I just want to give you like advanced info, to just like plant that little seed in your head, so as you go throughout your life, you can start thinking about those things. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, Saipan. Yeah, there we go. I was looking at that because Google, I searched Saipan, and then Saipanese was one of the ones that came up. That looks pretty cool. I'm really curious. Saipan. Saipan. Let's go. It's an island. Let's see. I'm gonna search maps. Saipan. Where are you, Saipan? Saipan is the Northern Mariana Islands. This is where Mackenzie's sister is part. Oh, it's next to Guam, which is out in the middle of nowhere. Which is like, hey, we're kind of almost neighbors, ethnically neighbors, because I'm from Taiwan, and the closest islands to Saipan are Taiwan, the Philippines, Japan, and Papua New Guinea. So, kind of. Kind of neighbors. It's still pretty far. Alrighty. That's cool. Yeah, I have a friend. I have several friends that are from Guam. It's really interesting to just think about that, because like Guam is such a small island in the middle of nowhere. But I got friends from Guam, which is close to Saipan. It's just a little boat ride away, and you get there. Yeah. So how y'all doing? Fill us in. By the way, can we get some happy birthdays for Isaac, please? Thank you. If not, Isaac, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday tomorrow. Yes. So let's see. We got a little bit of a quiet, mellow stream today. Mackenzie says Nas is Mexican and Filipino too. Very nice. Gamer Assassin, good to see you on. Oh, it's already Thursday there. Nice. Thursday in the island of, was it Mauritian? Is that what it's called? I'm using my little map here. Mauritius. There we go. Goodness, we got a lot of islands. Oh, Taiwan is an island too. So look at this. We got a lot of people from islands. We got Gamer Assassin, who's in Mauritius, which is a tiny little island off of near Madagascar. And then we got Mackenzie herself, who is part Filipino, and her sister is Saipanese, which are more islands. And then I'm from Taiwan, which is another island. So we got a lot of island people here. Yeah. All righties. What's up now? Let's see what what is up. That's pretty much that's what I got. That's what I got. And I think what else? Yeah. One thing, one thing that I'm doing right now is I'm in the process of uh, I'm sort of in the process of writing a book. I'm not like super serious and like set on it, but I've always been thinking about writing a book and geared towards students. And so I was hanging out with a friend, and he was kind of just saying like one way we can kind of figure out like a good way to kind of write a book is understand what are the principles that we live by. So uh, that's a question that I'm processing right now. Is what are my principles? What are the core things that I live by? And um, that's just a question I'm going to ask you, and you can think about it later if you want. The question is, what principles do you live by? And by that, I mean, it could be anything. It could be, do you believe in the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated. Do you do you believe in integrity, being honest, being respectful to people? Like, what are your own personal principles that you live by? So uh, that's a question I'm actually pretty curious to know about. What other people's principles are, and yeah, what are your truths? That's a good question. What are your truths? Um, Lewis Howes, who does a lot of podcasts, always asks that question. So what are your three truths? If everything was stripped away from you, and you were whatever about to leave this earth, what are the three truths that you want to leave with this world? I've shared that in a very long time ago uh, video, but or a live stream. But you know what? I'm gonna copy that down. That might be a topic. A topic which is where's my live stream topics? Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Gamer Assassin says, "Hey Richard, a little out of the blue. Any recommendations for a budget school laptop?" Budget school laptop. It also depends. Uh, what's your budget range, and what are you using it for? So, Chromebooks are super cheap. Uh, again, I think Chromebooks in general are so cheap. They're what you can get Chromebooks for like I'm gonna say like $200 to $350, which is not bad at all. Let's see. So that's Uber budget. If you want more functionality, with possible graphics cards, stuff like that, you can still get a really decent laptop for, I would say under $500. So I think that's still pretty good, and it could be multifunctional. You could probably play some games on it if that's what you want to do as well. That's up to you. Yeah, so in terms of recommending laptops in general, it really depends on what you like. Like, Macs are usually a little bit more expensive, from my experience. Uh, I'm more of a PC person, so yeah, I personally would go with a PC, but then you gotta look at your school too. Look at your school. Does it, do you want to use PC or Mac? That's completely your preference. So I would say that's the number one decision. After that, next one would be what's your price range? And in terms of what kind of builds and stuff like that, what company to go with, I feel like they're pretty similar. I will say, goodness, I can't support HP because I currently have an HP laptop that I use, but it broke. Like the graphics card broke in the first like few months, and it's been broken since. And I paid a lot of money for it, and I don't know. Their customer service kind of is not that great. It's like never got it fixed, and 3-4 years later, yes, it's still working, but my computer freezes, stuff like that. So it's a little bit annoying. And yeah, I invested a lot of $1,100 into this laptop because I thought it was gonna be like a powerful laptop that I could process videos on. But it gets the job done. It doesn't feel good using it. So I'm not gonna back up HP because my laptop didn't work. but I'm gonna back up MSI, MSI and Acer because those are two companies that I've had really good experiences with. Again, it just depends what you're looking for in a laptop. Let's see. Gamer says, I got my PC, which I built for gaming. Just need one to focus on my studies. Yeah, seriously, I would just straight up go for a Chromebook if you just need one for your studies. Like Chromebook is perfect for everything that you need. Yeah. Let's see here. Mad Griefer says, "What's the difference between a pile of dead puppies and a Corvette? I don't have a Corvette in my garage." So sad. Dead puppy jokes. Oh no. Why do that? Let's see here. How do I donate? If I donate 50, you say happy feet. You agree? I'm not ignoring you. I'm here. Did you mention? No, that's like the first time you messaged. Let's see. How do you donate? There's two ways. If you really want to donate, like you like donations, as you know, like they're totally unnecessary. But if you feel like you want to, you can. Um, just FYI, the super chat feature is the easiest way to donate, but YouTube takes a huge cut. I think they take like 40% or something like that. So just letting you know, for people who use super chat, like YouTube takes a huge chunk of that. If you want to donate, you could use super chat or you could just PayPal as well. But again, I do not like request it at all. And if you really want to, yeah, you can ask me. PayPal.m. Let's see, PayPal.me/Richard Quill. So PayPal.me/Richard Quill. That's how you could do it. PayPal.me/Richard Quill. There we go. Oh goodness, I feel pretty silly about that. Anyway, I know that was just a thrown out there. Sure, I will. Happy feet. Isaac says, "Send my boy some money for that Rolex." Jonathan says, "You can hit the button with the $sign at the bottom corner. It's hit super chat and already for going off for a little bit." No, it's cool. Jonathan says, "One of these days I'm gonna donate. I just don't know when." Dude, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Like seriously, again, dude, donations are so unnecessary. Like, I don't do these streams for donations, as most of you already know. I'm just here because I want to make a difference in the world. I know it seems silly, but it's what I'm passionate about. It brings me joy. It allows me to connect with people from around the world, and I just have good conversations and more opportunities to just connect and enjoy life, I guess. So, yeah. Matt says, "I'm getting my mom's card. Just wait a sec." Whoa, you're gonna get your mom's card? Do you really want to do that? Like, did you get your mom's permission for that? You should. I would appreciate if you got your mom's permission for that. Yeah, yeah. Please make sure you get permission before you just use it. Oh goodness, like I don't know. Like for me, talking about just privileges and stuff like that. So I have certain friends that I know and friends and other people that I have met in middle school that they use their parents' credit cards to buy stuff like buy V-Bucks on Fortnite. You know, like I know someone who's spent over $1,000 on spending. I've already mentioned this before. I think a long time ago. I met someone who spent over $1,000 using their mom's credit card on Fortnite, and like I'm like, what? Like this person is not rich. Like $1,000 is a lot of money, you know. So I don't know. Like goodness gracious, it's like yeah. Please ask for permission. That's what I gotta say. It's like one thing that we get to learn how to do, just in general, and you know, if you have permission, great, stuff like that, and you know, whether you're being serious or not, it doesn't matter. One thing I think we get to learn how to do is make our own money, is to be self-sufficient. So, you know, if you're young and you want something, like let's say you want to spend money on buying clothes or buying video games or, you know, going to the movies, going out, and, you know, when we're young, sure, it makes sense. Like, we don't have money, so we ask our parents for money. But I think what we get to do, if your parents aren't teaching you money stuff, is we get to work for our own money. You know, so it doesn't matter how old you are. The best thing you can do, really, in my opinion, is to start learning how to make your own money. So you can start selling whatever it is, Pokemon cards. You can start selling crafts. You can start, Mackenzie does art. You can start selling art to other people. Um, like whatever it is, utilize your talents. Or you could wash your neighbor's car, or do chores, whatever it is. So I think that's a really good practice, and it's going to set you up to win when you get older too. So I don't know if I'm sounding a little bit like old grandpa, giving advice to young kids, but hopefully, let me know. Is this reaching? Does this not only make sense, but is this resonating with you? Or do I just sound super preachy right now? I have no idea. So let me know, please. Feedback. I'm very open to hearing your feedback. Honest, open, vulnerable feedback. Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing that I wish I knew. I'm gonna be honest. Me growing up, I used to be very, even though I didn't ask for a lot of money, I was still very spoiled. Why? Because I knew if I needed money, I could just ask my mom and she'd give it to me. I felt bad, so I never asked for a lot. But still, that's such a huge privilege that our parents, give us money if we don't work for it. Like that's so spoiled of us, myself included. So, um, that's my encouragement. And another thing you could do, uh, if I were to redo my life, as a little kid, let's say I wanted to buy the latest toy or whatever it is. I want to buy something. So what I would do differently is, at a young age, if my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just give you the money," instead of that, I'll be like, "Hey mom, look, I know you're willing to give me money and stuff like that, but I want to learn how to be a little bit more responsible with my money. Um, can I start working for my money? Like whatever. Can I do chores? Can I help you with certain things? And then I'll earn my money. That way, when I earn my money, I can spend it on whatever I want, so I don't feel bad about it. So I don't know. For me, wouldn't that make you feel good? Like imagine if like you were allowed to spend your money on whatever you wanted to. Like, wouldn't that make you feel good? Like, for me, my mom didn't let me buy anything. She didn't let me buy Pokemon cards. I wanted Pokemon cards so bad when I was young. She didn't let me buy Power Rangers toys. Like, she didn't let me buy anything. And I felt like, I don't know, just, it's almost like helpless. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't have money. Yeah. And the only money that I did get that was kind of my own was money that I got in for like Chinese New Year's. We got red envelopes where my grandma would give us like $100 every single year. So that would be obviously a lot of money. But I don't that's so spoiled. Seriously, I'm sorry. Like if you get money just like I did, like that's so spoiled. Like just being given money. Like growing up now, like back then I didn't really understand. But today I realize if you give a kid money, like that's so spoiled, it doesn't teach them how to be, what is it, like self-sufficient and responsible. So growing up, I never understood how to manage my money, but now finally that I'm older, I'm starting to realize how to make my own money and then be responsible for it. So anyway, again, long story short, TLDR is my encouragement to you is to learn how to be financially responsible when you're young, because that's going to set you up to win so big when you get older. Like it's taken me so long. Like I'm so late in the game of being financially self-sufficient because I got so spoiled. That that's one thing I wish I learned how to do earlier. It just took me so long. My mom always babied me in a way. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. All right, peoples. Um, Mackenzie says, I gotta save my McDonald's money so I can donate to the fam. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Jonathan says, I don't care if you do it for donations or not. You deserve it. Thank you, Jonathan. Too kind. Um, Dorm, use it, bro. Dormed? Huh. Let's see here. Let's see. Mackenzie says, by the way, during the summer, are you going to be streaming? Na said he'd watch and interact in streams when he's not busy, but he might start now. But I don't know. He said summer would be the best time. Yes, I stream. I'll be streaming all year long. Like, yeah, for as for the from now to the end of eternity. Yeah, yeah. It's not a seasonal thing. It's all year round that I'll be streaming. Now, the only catch that I'm trying to figure out is what happens when I get really busy. But the thing is, the good news about my work is that, school's during the daytime and I speak at schools. So most of my work is during the day. But yeah, I have a feeling there will be some seasons of my life that will get really busy, hectic. I'll be traveling a lot. I'll be flying everywhere. Streaming might be a little bit more difficult, but when that time comes, we'll figure it out. Okay? Sounds good. Mad Grafer says, I want to buy a face transplant and keep it in a pickle jar. That's I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That's what I gotta say. Let's see here. Nightmare Nation, good to see you on. Thanks for hopping on. Isaac says, what are we going to wait? What are we going to do at a lemonade stand? This stud don't work anymore. You have to hustle now. Sell chips or other things. Yeah, exactly. So for anyone who missed it, I went to a school where I did a classroom presentation. This guy came up with a bag, like a duffel bag of stuff, and he's like, "Hey, dude, check this out." I'm like, "Dude, dude, you sell this stuff?" Like he sells chips and snacks and like stuff like that to his classmates. Yes, you're not supposed to do that in school, or some schools, most schools in California, but he does it anyway. And this is one of those like, it's just like, I don't know. For me, like, I respect the hustle. Like people who are willing to work for the money. And look, I personally don't think there's anything unethical about that. You're providing a service. It's not like you're not selling drugs or something harmful. You're just selling snacks. You're providing a service. So, huge respect to that guy who is selling snacks, chips, stuff like that to his classmates. In like less than 5 minutes, he made $20 just because everyone wanted snacks, and he's the only one, or one of the very few people on his campus who was doing that. So if you want to make money, just start being creative. My brother used to buy stuff on eBay and then sell it again, and he made hundreds of dollars doing that in high school. My brother used to sell Pokemon cards when he was a kid. He made $2,000 in middle school. Like, these are all things that are possible. So if you want to make money, there are plenty of ways to do that. Nightmare Nation, no, do not steal your parents' credit card, please. Like, I know you're kidding about that, but like, I'm just saying, like, seriously, as a parent, like, I mean, I'm not a parent, but like, just imagine if you made money. And imagine, like, okay, just imagine you made money, and then one of your brother or your sister, or if you don't have a sibling, your friend stole that money from you that you worked really, really hard to make. Like, it sucks. It's like, like your parents work really, really hard to make a living for you. So, I don't know. To me, it's just like, please be respectful to your parents. That's what I gotta say. And yeah, just think twice if you're ever gonna take your parents' credit card, ask for permission, earn the money from them, stuff like that. Just be respectful. Like, being a parent is a really tough job. It really is. Like, I see so many parents. I'm just like, dude, I don't know how you're a parent. Like, it is so much work. So I got a lot of respect for parents. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I just feel like we don't know what our parents go through until we become parents. That's what they say. You don't fully appreciate what your parents do for you until you become a parent, because it's crazy. Parents got to deal with a lot of stuff. Yes, us teenagers, we got to deal with a lot of stuff too. I'm not a teenager, but I'm saying in general, us teenagers, we deal with a lot, but our parents too. It's tough being a parent. Okay, anyway, Mackenzie says, or the Mexican candy. That's what happened at my school, but then kids got caught and got in trouble. Oh my goodness, the Mexican candies. Yes, Lucas. Do they still have those? I'm pretty sure they do. The chili, was it the chili? What's it? What is it called? I'm just gonna call it chili candy. That stuff was weird growing up, especially like not being like, I didn't grow up with chili candy because I'm Asian, not Mexican. But I remember one day I tried the chili candy. I was like, oh, what is this? But honestly, if I had to, it's still candy-ish. Like I like chili lime stuff. Like chili lime stuff is pretty good. So point is like it's a acquired taste, but I like it. I like it. Nightmare says, "Do you ever donate to homeless people and shelters and stuff?" Let's see. You know what? I've actually, in the past, I've done some work with like homeless people and stuff like that. So there's a thing that my brother do every single year. Ah, goodness. Okay, I'm bringing it up because you mentioned it. So yeah, this is stuff like I don't publicize and stuff like that, but like every single year, what my brother do is every single Christmas we do a random act of kindness, and usually what it is, we'll do something like we will just go out on the street, approach random strangers and give them a card, an envelope with a card inside, and just say like happy holidays, hope this brightens your day, and there'll be like a $5 bill in there, something like that. So that's something that we used to do every single year, and let's see. Yeah, I've done a decent amount of work with homeless people. I've done things where I've done feed the homeless. I've gathered up friends, and so I used to go to Subway when I worked at NBC Universal. Like back in the day, this is like 2012 or 13. I remember one day I was like, hey, you know what? I just want to like I don't know do something for the local homeless community. So I used to go eat at Subway a lot, and so I just talked to the workers there. I'm like, hey, would you guys be willing to like donate subs for us? And they donated 20 or 40, I think 46-inch subs to us, and we just went around and just had conversations and pass out food. So that was a cool thing to do. Yes, we've also done some other. I've done some other work with homeless people. Yeah, and I volunteered at soup kitchens, stuff like that, growing up. So, yeah, I mean, I think for me personally, I think it's a great experience to just interact with homeless people. Like, I think it will help you understand the privileges that you have, and just know like that's it's a blessing that if you live in a house or an apartment or just have a place to live, it really is a blessing and it's a privilege. Um, Now, I want to briefly talk about homeless people. I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but I just want to mention that homeless people, there's two main reasons that people are homeless. One is by choice, and the other one is not by choice. Okay, so we got homeless people who, I don't know, they struggle. A lot of struggle, whatever. Uh, Family kicked them out, bad relationships, stuff like that. Okay, so there's stuff that are not in control. They're trying their best. They're trying. They can't find a job, so they end up being homeless. Okay, so there's that kind. And then there's other people. There's a huge population who choose to be homeless, or instead of choosing to be homeless, they just don't want to put in the effort to finding a job, and making a living, stuff like that. So they choose to be homeless. And another interesting thing is, some homeless people are happy being homeless. So just some things that I picked up just interacting with homeless people. And, funny little side story. This is the last one about homelessness for now, unless I read your comments. But I remember one time I was in San Diego, California, and uh, I was at a conference. I went out to eat by myself, and they had a buy one get one free pizza special. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm only one person, so I can only eat one, personal pizza. I got a second one, so I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm going to, I'll get this and I'll give to a homeless person, like they'll be super happy. And I remember, I went out, like I ate my pizza, and then I went on the street and I was like super excited. I'm like, dude, a fresh hot pizza, like that seems amazing. Like I would want one. And I walked up to a homeless person, and this homeless person's like, "Oh, no, thanks." I'm like, "What?" Like it's just like what I realize is there are some homeless communities that they have, what is that? They're very privileged. Our homeless people here in California are very privileged. They get so much support. And like the person, I was talking to another homeless person, and I sat down and I had the pizza with him, and he's like, yeah, like food's not really a concern here. Like there's food, whatever, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at the church over there. People always give us food, so we don't really need food. But it's nice. I'm just like, oh, okay. So it's just interesting thought. Alrighty, enough about that for now. Woo. Okay. Sorry, guys. I see your comments. I'm a little bit behind. And now it's season. Now it's season. I don't know of Richard's live streams. That's good. Let's see. Alrighty. Mackenzie said, I'm going to tell Nas tomorrow. He'll be psyched. Nice. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, nightmare. This kid used to sell coke in his locker. Goodness, man. Yep, you got people like that. Tokyo says, don't steal credit cards, you scumbag. Someone used up 14K in credit payments from my mom. Oh goodness, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of money. Koala, good to see you on. As a 14-year-old, I'm in middle school, about to transition to high school, and I'm reading about financial literacy books while my friend reads Percy Jackson. I guess I'm the only one reading these type of books. Koala, dude, I just want to say good for you. Like, way to go. Like, seriously, like, my mind is blown away by people who are in middle school and high school who are reading about like personal development, financial literacy books, like personal development stuff. Like, it's like self-help. Like it's like how do you have the maturity to start thinking about these things? Like, it blows my mind. So great job, huge props to you. And yeah, like, I don't care how old you are, it's never too early to start reading these things. I know sometimes for many of us it can feel boring or tedious to do it, but I promise you, when you get into it, you are going to you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to set you up for your future. And life is good. Like, when you grow up, life will be good. So long as you create it and you choose. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. For me, I love being an adult in my 20s because I'm still young, and I still have I have a lot of freedom to do what I want. You know, I don't have a typical 9 to 5 job. You know, I get to play Fortnite. You know, I get to hang out. I get to speak. I get to do what I'm passionate about. I get to hang out with friends if I want to. I get to do whatever I want in a way. You know, of course, I do have responsibilities, but it's very flexible. So, my point is, set yourself up to win. Start learning when you're early. Like, read. And even if you read Percy Jackson, honestly, reading Percy Jackson is better than reading nothing, because the skill of reading is such a great skill. That's what I got. All right. John says 12-hour live, Richard. So again, that's crazy. I don't. Jonathan, thank you for the reminders, and please, if you want to make it happen, keep putting out that. You're gonna have to be really persistent about that one. Like, again, so people who have not heard this, I'm willing. This is so crazy to me still, just thinking about it, but I'm willing to do a 12-hour live stream. That means I'm on 12 hours straight of just live streaming, talking, answering questions, everything. Probably on a Saturday, but that is going to have to be by request, and like, I need enough buy-in. Like, I need, let's see, I'm gonna go with at least 15 to 20 like active people in this community who are like, yeah, like, do it, Richard. I would love to see it. And let me know, like, what is your why? You know, why do you want me to do a 12-hour live stream? You know, because 12-hour live stream is a lot of work. You know, it's talking for 12 hours is a lot. So I've done a 3 to 4 hour one before, which was really crazy. It was really exhausting. I'm open to doing 12. I'm open for the challenge. Just give me a why. Like, why am I doing it? What's the point of doing a 12-hour live stream? Okay, that's what I need to know. Edgar Allen says, don't know who you are, but what's up, bro? Thanks for hopping on the stream. My name is Richard, and we do a lot of inspirational content here for students, mostly middle school, high school, but we got some older people, you know, people in their 20s and sometimes 30s as well. We hang out, we answer life advice questions. You know, sometimes we play Fortnite on Fridays. But, you know, this is just a community for us to support each other and to learn and grow and to connect with other like-minded people and be supported and give support to other people. Okay. Edgar, welcome to the community. Thanks for hopping on, even though you don't know who I am. A lot of these people who are on right now are regulars, meaning People who are on every single live stream that we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So huge thanks to all you. Jonathan says, man, this year I planned on feeding the homeless. Gonna be awesome. Was going to do it last Thanksgiving, but I didn't have a license, so I didn't do it, but not this year. Awesome, Jonathan. I'm excited for you. That's awesome. Let's see. Jonathan says, just be thankful you get all that all that you got. Just remember that there is always someone who has it worse than you. That is 100% true. And even for my friends out here who feel like their life sucks, not to be bad, but like yes, there's always worse. Even if you're having a really, really, really bad day, just know that people are having a worse day than you. So be grateful, I guess. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I mean, if you're having a bad day, look, I acknowledge it. It's okay to have bad days slash quote unquote bad life or bad season of your life. And that's not something that I take lightly. That's something that is very real. If you feel negative emotions, it's a real thing. I don't dismiss that at all. And what I gotta say is let's work together, or we get to work on improving that negative feeling and getting out of that situation, because everything's possible when it comes to getting out of a negative situation. It's always possible to improve a life, and improve those emotions and feelings and situation. John says this might sound a little messed up, but those people could have blew all their money on Fortnite. Are we talking about homeless people? I'd be very surprised with that one. Isaac, not sure why you're mentioning that you have a knife? Question mark. Seifer, good to see you on. Seifer says, hey Richard, do you have any tips on dealing with fear of job interviews? I think I suffer from a lack of confidence all the time. Like I'm never good enough for the potential job. Woo! Yeah, let's get it. Saifu, why I'm kind of cheering is I could 100% relate with you. Yeah, job interviews can be really nerve-wracking. Like seriously, I remember my first like 10 to 15 job interviews, maybe 10 to 20 job interviews where I was so nervous. I was just like, I didn't feel like I was worthy. I didn't feel like I was capable, and I had all these fears, so I totally feel you. Okay, so let's see a few thoughts here. This is one of those challenging things. So let me give you a little bit of my background. Growing up, my brother, I have an older brother who is my role model. He's I see him as the confident one. My brother is the one who is leading the way. He gets it. He's confident. He knows how to do job interviews. He knows how to land jobs. He's very competent. For me, I felt like I was kind of the black sheep. I was the not good at job interviews, not very talented. I lack confidence. I'm not good enough for this job, and I'm like, who wants to hire me? And so for job interviews, oh goodness, this is so it's so tricky. Here, I'm going to focus on two things. Okay. Number one is going to be short term. Number two is going to be long term. Short term is the fake it till you make it. Fake that presence to get you the job that you're later probably going to hate because you weren't being authentic. And number two is long term. Long term meaning you're being authentic. Okay. So let's break these down. Number one, by the way, I think this applies to everyone, even if you're not applying for a job. I think it's relatable when it comes to asking a girl out, guy or girl out, or interviewing for a club position, officer role, like whatever it is. There's a lot of different application to it. Okay, so short term, if you want to fake it till you make it and be confident, I'm not saying it's bad. I think there's positives here. You could practice interview questions. Watch videos, just YouTube, like how to pass an interview, and look at what people do and pick up on that. Okay, so there's more of the technical stuff that you could practice, and then you could come into an interview and almost like fake it till you make it that you're confident with yourself and just go for it. So that's number one, which there's a lot of value there. Number two, this is my kind of realm, the long-term stuff, which is to be 100% authentic with who you are, and to just know the value that you bring. And this part takes time. This part takes you building up your self confidence and knowing the value that you bring. So that's going to take time, okay? But for me, like if I were to go to a job interview, I don't need to fake it. You know, I don't need to be like, if someone says, hey, so why should we hire you? You know, let's say Google or something is like, hey, so why should we hire you? For me, I'd be like, well, here's my skill sets. You know, I'm a very connected person, hardworking. I really care about human beings, and I very much value their voice. I'm very good with helping people build up their self-esteem, social skills, blah 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 blah. So I'm just kind of curious, you know, why should I work for you? You know, that's not to be, you know, a dick or a douchebag. It's like I want to make sure this is a good fit, you know, because I value myself, and I want to make sure that, you know, that you give me what I want. Now, Google, big company, big reputation, but just make sure that as much as you're a good fit for the company is a good fit for you as well. It's a two-way relationship. So don't just be a people pleaser and think that you're working for them. You're also giving your valuable time to them. Okay. Hopefully that was supportive. Let me know if you have more questions on it. Koala says, I do sometimes get teased of reading these types of book, but just wait till I can finally use that I have learned, and am preparing myself of not getting into debt during college. I also plan to invest in stocks. Dude, Koala, like, dude, if people are making fun of you, you already get this, but like, don't even worry about it. Like, by the way, this applies to all of you on here. If people make fun of you and you know you're doing something that you enjoy, screw them all. Like, forget about them. Don't worry about what other people think about you. Focus on yourself. If you love what you're doing, just do it. You know, if you know it's something that's adding value and it's positive to your life, just do it. You know, don't worry about other people. So yeah, like people are making fun of you, or they're teasing you with reading these books because I honestly, it's coming from a place of insecurity. They're insecure, like they want to conform to everyone else, and they don't see the value that you get from reading such a great positive book. You know, and guess what? Let's be real here. You're the one getting ahead. They're just there. So that's all. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Jonathan Kenya says, oh, nice, nice, nice. I love the interview feedback. Good stuff. Mackenzie, welcome back. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm hearing. Mackenzie says, dress professionally, treat others with courtesy, offer handshake, friendly expression and eye contact, listen for a name, do not fidget if needed, ask clarification, speak. Dude, these are solid tips. I love it. Informal, complete sentences at the end, thank them. Let me get the do not ones, okay? Don't make excuses. Don't lie. Do not treat it casually. Avoid negative attitude or frustration. Don't chew gum or mince. It's distracting. Don't touch or fidget with your face. Don't stare. Avoid crossing arms. Wow. That was solid. Thank you. That's so solid. Like that was almost, not to compare, but I almost feel like that was more solid than my advice. So thank you for those pointers. Like seriously, that was so to the point and perfect. Yeah. All right, it is 8:59 p.m. We have been on here for almost an hour, which is awesome. So we are, I would say now's a good time to start wrapping up. Yeah. Let's see here. Mackenzie is doing her exit interview on Tuesday for her middle school. So good luck with that. I have to practice there. So yeah. You got this. Yeah, don't be nervous. Like, I mean, obviously, being nervous is natural, but don't be nervous. Mackenzie, you got this. Like, seriously, I believe in you. And even if you feel nervous, guess what? Even if you're nervous, I think you're still going to do a good job. And I almost know that you're going to do a good job just because knowing who you are. Yeah. And by the way, it's okay to be nervous. Like, I think the interviewer is not just looking like, are you nervous? I'm sure. Do your best. Be as confident and calm as possible. But also, they're looking for your personality beyond your nervousness too. People get it. Like people understand that it can be very nerve-wracking to do an interview. Like it's very common. So, yeah. Jonathan says, once again, another awesome, successful live stream. Jonathan, thank you so much. And I just want to say, by the way, like a lot of these successful live streams are mainly because of you, all of you. And I really mean that. Like, if you guys weren't here, engaging conversation, I wouldn't really know what to say. You know, I mean, I could make up stuff, but I would feel so awkward it being a one-sided conversation. So that's all I got to say. So thank you all for being on and engaging and asking good questions. Thank you for the people who are on here all the time. You guys rock, and also the newcomers as well. And again, happy birthday to Isaac tomorrow. Besides that, tomorrow's topic video again will be how to overcome self-hate. That'll be topic because we have wait, is Tokyo Dragon on? Tokyo Dragon, I don't know if you're still on, but thanks for that. Thanks for that video suggestion. That will be tomorrow's topic. That will be released at 8 p.m. Pacific time here in California. Besides that, if I will see you, the next time I'll be live is in 2 days on Friday at 8 p.m. where we do our Friday live stream plus Fortnite Friday. Okay. Thanks for hopping on and have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow-ish / Friday. Okay. Take care, everyone. Yep. Let me know if you need anything. If you need anything, I'll be on Discord. Okay. Bye-bye.